This is Darcy, and in this video we're going to go over how you can teach your dog to stop jumping up on people. Now for dogs it's a rewarding behavior. I jump up because I'm exuberant, I want to see you, and most of us when our dogs jump up as a puppy, we reach down and pet them. What we do is we teach the dog that jumping up on the human is the way to ask the human for attention. Now since Alex is in here, this might not work as well. You want to try to do this at times where the dog is prone or predisposed to jumping up. If the dog's not interested, then you don't want to do it. I've got him on a leash, I'm stepping on the leash, and I'm giving him a couple feet of access. I'm going to have you come and stand right at that line right there, and you're going to turn and face this wall. Turn and face that way. Actually, 2 more boards over. Towards me. Perfect, and turn and face that way. So what we want to do is we want to be right outside of the dog's reach. And I don't want to manhandle you, so we'll do this. There we go. Now normally the dog would be jumping up. So with this leash, Alex is just out of the dog's reach. And Alex, this is confrontational, also you have my attention. This is approachable or sideways, or I'm shunning you, you don't have my attention. So we have the person facing this side. Now, he just sat down, so Alex, I'm going to have you reach over and start gently petting him. Oh, now you got it. So as soon as he SITs, reach over and start petting him. As soon as he gets up, stop. And then go back to your original position and face that way. So what we're saying basically is when you jump up on us, the human loses all interest in you. As soon as you sit down, you become very interesting to the human. But we don't tell the dog to sit. That's micromanaging the dog and telling what to do. What we're just doing is saying is when you exhibit the behavior I want, sitting or being relaxed, the human is going to be interested. As soon as you show the excitement, the human loses interest, but they stay close proximity so the dog wants to do it. So eventually what you'll do is you'll have the dog doing this back and forth. As soon as the human approaches, the dog gets up and the human loses interest and turns aside. And eventually the dog will stay seated as the person, like right now. So now I can pet. And anytime the dog gets up, I would stop petting and I would get outside of their reach and turn to the side. And I'm not saying anything, I'm waiting for the dog. When the dog does it again, then I re-engage. Now first when I do it, I go like this, very quietly. I try to go under the chin and I'm moving kind of slowly. But when people meet your dog, you're like, oh, what a cute dog, you're the cutest dog I've ever seen, and you're not jumping up right now, which is what I want you to do. But that's what dogs do, they jump up on people and lick their face. People are, why are your dogs jumping up? Well, because you just acted like a 2-year-old to the dog. Dog doesn't know any better. So what you could do is, as you're going through this, at first you go like this, when the dog's nice and calm and pet it. As it gets up, you just turn away. But we're turning away when it's like, let's say the energy goes from 1 to 10. When it gets up, it's going from 1 to 2. That's very low. If it goes from 1 to 9, now it's at 9, it's at the height, and it's going to be harder for it to understand, and it's going to take longer for it to calm down. So if we can stop interacting with the dog when it's at level 2 energy, just super duper low, and we don't tell it what to do, then the dog learns to stay at that energy. Then what we do as we start approaching it, first it's like this, then it's like this, then it's like, and we're saying all these things, and we're helping our dog practice the behavior despite the behavior the human gives.
Oh, okay.
So even though the human comes up and starts acting all baby talking crazy, your dog learns, well, as soon as I get up, she's going to stop being interested in me. So I'm just going to stay with 4 on the floor, watch and wait and get as much attention as I can. And your neighbors are like, your dog is so well behaved. And you're like, yeah, of course. We hired David in Doggone Problems. And he taught our David, but we're teaching the dog this is the behavior we want. And the nice thing is you'll get to repeat it. Now, this is not, I was hoping, since he hadn't seen him for a little while, that he would be more excited. So when Dad comes home or you're coming home from work, call or text one another. Put the dog on a leash like this. Now, if you can't actually, you're by yourself, it'd be hard because you have hardwood floors, but sometimes you take a leash like this, run it around the leg of the couch and run this through the end, then attach it and you create like a tether. So that way you can do it by yourself. I've seen people do it like doorknobs and things like that. Just be careful, the strong dog's going to pop stuff off. But it allows you to stay outside of the reach, and the dog learns as soon as I'm calm and relaxed, I'm
then
very
you're going to
appealing to
approach.
dogs. As soon as I get excited, they lose all interest in me.
Okay.
And this is positive reinforcement, and the great thing about this is the dog is the one who comes to his own conclusion, because we're not telling him to sit, lie down, or anything. As soon as he does that, that's when he gets the reward. But we're not telling him he has to figure it out on his own. And after he's done this a couple times, he'll figure it out faster and faster. And then he'll sit and then stand. And after a while, the dog's just like almost bored. It becomes almost boring for the dog. We don't want it to be bored, that lack of interest. We want this exercise encounter to be so boring then I'm not going to jump up and be spastic, because like we talked about off camera, that's the times the dog's going to make the more mistakes. They're so excited, they jump up, they might nip you accidentally. Don't mean to, just so excited I lost control of my faculties. Some dogs get so excited they submissively or excitedly urinate, or bark, or whatever it is. You were talking about you taught one of your dogs to go get a toy when it greets somebody at the door to occupy its mouth, which is great, but you're treating the symptom as opposed to the root cause, which is teach the dog the calm energy is the way I want you to be. Excited energy, we have no interest for you. So this is how you can, I thought he was about to SAT, there we go, sit. So this is how you can teach your dog to, basically by doing nothing, to teach your dog to do the behavior that you want.
Got it.